All right, good morning, everyone. Oh, I guess good afternoon, almost. I don't know, good 11:30, everyone. Welcome back to Window Chats with Robyn, the part that I love the most, where I get to rant while everyone is aware that a live video is starting. So, my thoughts for this morning, Trix cereal. I had it yesterday. They are not for kids, they are delicious. That being said, I do wonder if Trix cereal and Fruit Loops are made by the same person. But I don't think Fruit Loops has the same taste that Trix does. So I'm throwing it out there. I probably should have researched this, but I like to generate conversation in the morning, so this is what I do, talking to myself. I am happy that Trix did withstand time, because I tried Dunkaroos a while back. They were not as good. That was disappointing. Because you know when you want to dunk it and the frosting and it's like, not for me? That's how I felt. But Trix, delicious. And then I tried Cinnamon Toast Churros. This is what I eat on the Super Bowl. I like to be a child. And honestly, I think Cinnamon Toast should have stuck with the basics. Throwing it out there as a fake influencer. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Now I really want cereal. Should have brought a bowl of cereal. Oh, and now I realize too, I'm talking to Taz, and I don't even know if he eats cereal. He's like, this guy, he's pretty fit. So we're just gonna, oh yeah, Dunkaroos are the best. How do you dunk your dunk? And it's like an accent. How do you dunk your Dunkaroos? And I think I offended everyone by saying it that way. I sneak. Oh, Taz is here. Good, thank God, because I don't want to make random talk anymore. Taz, and we invite him. Da 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 da. Oh, that's the wrong button. Okay, so let's just not send that. And here we go. It's happening. Huh? Huh? Uh-oh.
What's up?
It's like the most exciting thing. Will it work? Won't it work?
How's it going?
Good. I think we had different nights yesterday. I was talking about eating Trix cereal, and I think you were working out at midnight. So different ends of the spectrum there.
Maybe I had tricks before the workout. Huh?
That's why
What's up? What's up? What's new? It's good to see you.
it's good to see you too. Thanks for agreeing. I like how it's cut off at your chin. It's
Oh.
You have a very cool background. There's a lot of awards. And the Avengers, of
Welcome
course.
to one side of the office.
Respect.
This side you'd like a lot more. Oh, Funko Pop world.
I mean, you say that, but I don't even know what those are. They look like
What? Okay, that's it. This
I'm born under a
conversation
rock.
ends now. That is it. Finito.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
That's where you,
That's it.
oh, I
Yeah.
love it. And that's Stallone, right?
That's Sly, that's Jackie. Those are first few that I made with a no budget, Lost in the Pacific, Trigger, just a bunch of stuff. We could talk about, hey, the Avengers signed poster, pretty cool stuff.
So you might be, I was saying before in the intro, in the sense that you're like the hardest worker, one of the hardest workers I've ever met. And you're always doing something. And I'm just like, I had the honor of stabbing you. And that is something I carry with me to this
You
day.
did.
But
You did. I'm not a big fan of that.
I mean,
Not at all.
I wasn't, okay, full disclosure, we're going to ruin it for someone. Like I stabbed you with a cucumber, okay? Like, or a zucchini, something that
Oh
broke.
man, that was pretty scary because they're like, here's a knife, we're gonna put some tape on it. Go ahead, just go for it.
But even the zucchini, I think I just was putting it into it completely broke and I felt terrible. I don't know why. I felt really bad for the zucchini. Like, oh God, sorry.
Good times. Good times.
Classic.
Oh man.
So
Yeah, I
you
can't wait
have
to
a
do it
award.
again.
Oh yeah, you can't wait for me to stab you. I've been training.
Nice.
So you have a lot going on, a lot of stuff that I think should be promoted. And I would love to, I mean, you wrote a book. That was
Right.
pretty cool.
Right.
How's that going?
Which part of it?
I don't know. I mean, in general, the thought of writing a book and sitting down, like that's a lot of
It's
time.
great. It's great. It's great. Honestly, it's so much fun. I started writing a book back in 2007, and it's a very heavy book, very motivational, kind of spiritual, and it kind of puts you through ups and downs of relationships, life, and whatnot. And then obviously I get carried away with a bunch of projects, fast forward a little bit of time. And the pandemic happened, and that was a chance for me not to have any excuses, chin down, face down, and just write. So I wrote 5 scripts for TV and film, and then 5 books. And the first one is out right now, which is awesome. In a sense that all the feedback I'm getting back from everybody, they're like, oh my God, that's what I needed. And I was like, yeah, oh my God, that's also what I needed. But I had to fall on my face, pick myself up, trip sideways, get back up. And that's one small way of me kind of giving back, because during this time, there's so many people, including performers, that are really hungry to continue performing, but obviously it's already competitive as it is, and cutthroat, and everyone's kind of vying for that same piece of the pie. And all we need is a pandemic to make it that much more limited edition or exclusive. So I was like, okay, you know what? I see a lot of people still working their muscles. They're still writing their content, working on monologues, working on Monologue Slam, going there, studying scenes off of TV or film, and they replicate it, they emulate it, they read the scenes, the scripts, and everything else. I was like, this is perfect. And social media, even better. So people are used to creating content. I was like, okay, here's how you do it, and here's how you can convert it into distribution. Here's how you can convert it into a POC or a proof of concept. Maybe get some funds, maybe get some investors on board, maybe get some crew and cast on board. And from there, you can start creating your own TV show, your own feature film, your own documentary, right? Focus on sound, focus on script, focus on teamwork, and I was like, hey, listen, here's at least 20 pages of little bits and pieces where I fell, and I hope you don't fall the same way. So that was that. Yeah, it's all in that book.
But that's amazing, right? I don't even know. I would be embarrassed. I know when I fell, and I've fallen many a time. I'm like, let's just keep that in the back of my brain. Pardon?
I said you look great doing it, by the way.
Oh,
you're like,
thanks.
Oh.
Epic falling. I was slow motion. Right. But when I fall, I keep it to myself. But you're like, here's how, and I just love that you share that. Here's what I learned, and that's just so valuable, because it's, yes, I learned this the hard way. I don't want anyone else to have to make that same mistake, and 100%. I admire that, because I'm just like,
100%. We've got stories in there. It's insane. A story where we had a nightclub that was our location. It flooded 3 hours before call time. We had another one where we almost got arrested because we got on a train track and we decided to shoot. Another train going by reported us. So the sheriff shows up and he's like, what are you guys doing? Where's your ID? So all that stuff I share, and basically, once again, I put it into perspective where low budget, there's certain shortcuts you want to take. And I just put it out there in terms of, okay, but here's repercussions. Here's the consequences that come with it, right?
Wait, did you get arrested? What happened?
No, we didn't. We were lucky enough. And actually, that one, it wasn't my set. It was a friend. We had a scene where we're kind of getting away from point A to point B. And he's like, oh, there's a little crack in the fence. We could just kind of all kind of sneak in and run. It's gonna be a really funny scene, and it was perfectly fine. And then all of a sudden we hear woo, and this cop shows up. He's standing there. He's like, we're like, IDs, please. I was like, what? Who carries an ID? We don't have IDs. And yeah, luckily he was pretty cool. The director of that little that film actually kind of took the hint. He said, listen, I didn't know. I thought it was just public kind of property. Anyone can just step in, do their own thing. He's like, it's not about that. It's the fact there's trains and live rails and everything. What happens if you get electrocuted, right? Funny story, fast forward last month, the movie's out on Amazon now. So it's freaking hilarious. But
did you get the shot, more importantly?
We did get the shot. We did.
There you go.
We did. Yeah. Good times. Lots of stories.
Movie?
Lots and lots of stories.
I love that. Lots. Okay. Buy his book. Actually, someone, I can't scroll through the comments, or I'm scared of Instagram. Someone is going to read your book. They're very excited for it. Probably not the only person, but one of the persons that commented. So, yay. Nice.
Do it. You will not be disappointed. I actually want you to tell me how to make it better, because I think I left it in a sense where there could be a 2.0, 3.0. And then there's another one for action as well, which I am calling Zero to Hero. And that's for anyone.
Little Hercules. I like
right?
that.
Right? Any guy or girl that's looking at getting into action for film. And basically, if you don't have any training, that's actually a very good thing. Because a lot of times when you have real training, you try and apply that into the film world, it sucks. It looks really, really bad. So
That's it. What kind of training are you saying? Like martial arts training?
yeah, martial arts training. Yeah. So a lot of people, I'll give you an example. One of my friends, his first gig was fighting Jackie Chan in a movie called Who Am I? It's one of my favorite movies. And he's a Taekwondo black belt and a Taekwondo world champion. So obviously the Jackie Chan stunt team said, hey, you're awesome. We want to have you fight Jackie Chan in one of the grand finales in the movie. Fast forward a little bit, they replace him because he's so used to attack, where this is exactly what happens in spar. You want to be dominant or you want to impose your flow on other people, but actually in the film world, it's more like a dance. There's action, reaction, there's spacing, there's a sequence, there's a rhythm, there's choreography involved. I got to be safe, you got to be safe. We don't both want to feel scared who's going to hit the other person for real if that's not part of the plan, right? If it's part of the plan, sure. And then you also got to understand that there's a camera there, right? So just because you're a fighter with your hands up, for example, for film, a lot of times this sucks because half your face is covered. So they tell you cheat it down a little lower so we can see your face, right? So it's all these little bits and pieces here that I'm going to be sharing in the book as well. But that's for another day.
No, I like this is the second or fifth book. I like the
By the way, I'm looking at you right now and I was like, what the hell is that? Why are you wearing a blue screen on a blue screen?
Not. This is my blue wall. This is where I do my self-tapes.
Listen, I'm going to chrome this and I'm going to have you as a floating head just for doing that for the interview. That's it. Game over. Yes, James. Yes. By the way, James, he is directing Superman and Lois, the new TV show. So I'm super psyched about that. Yes.
That looks amazing. So, I saw a preview the other day. I got very excited.
I saw the trailer yesterday too, and I was like, oh, it's amazing. Yes. So plot twist: Jackie Chan and I show up. We take him on.
Yeah, we're putting it out there.
We're putting it out there, just in case someone's listening.
Would you? I feel as though you could play the bad guy. You could just come in, try and beat up Superman, see what happens. You and Jackie.
I could be the bad Superman.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Again, putting it out there in the universe. Let's see. Write a book about it. Write your own screenplay.
This is for you.
I see half. I'm half a person right now, so I get it. Half actor, half. What's the other part? I don't know. Half ninja, really. That was fun. I'm like, just put it in front of the camera. Ooh, what's the title of your book? That is a good question.
Yes, it is. It is How to Make It from a No to Whoa Budget.
Oh, that's fun. I thought I saw that. That is clear. It's so there's delayed comments, so I don't know who's laughing. I'm assuming that Alexandra's not laughing at the title of the book, but at just a funny comment like the mug. So this is just really, I'm not ignoring the comments. I'm just confused sometimes as to what
we'll take it. We'll just play along. We're
like,
completely open.
Yeah, he wrote a book. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. But
so
I was going to say.
With your screenplay, did you give your screenplay to the drunken read? What does she do? What does Trish do? Drunk read-throughs?
No, the mug. Yes, I had a feeling. I mean, see, that's why it ended up with stabbing. That's exactly why. But
what happened?
I got you. Yeah, she got it. See? No, the book. Oh, geez, no. Like How to Make It from a No to a.
I'm enjoying Instagram Live these days.
Aren't you? So aren't you? For real.
So I'm trying.
All
half
right.
Ninja. Wait, what part of your body would be half ninja? If you had, because again, would it be one half or would it be like up as ninja, down as actor? Weird.
I think it all depends on the time I'm using it. So sometimes the upper body is ninja, sometimes the lower body is ninja.
Oh, okay. This is kids could be on this. I apologize. I'm saying it. I'm like, oh no, Robyn.
That's exactly why I'm saying that. Hey, I could mean kicks and I could mean tons of ninja stuff.
Yeah, really.
Really?
All right, kids, turn it off. There's no
All right,
ratings.
and we're back. Okay, PGs.
Just the fetus ninja.
Just.
That's
Yes.
fun. Oh my goodness. I did a dramatic sigh. I thought I would figure out what I wanted to say next. It didn't help because I keep getting distracted by every single award. And I'm thinking I should have some cool stuff, or at least I should put.
Don't worry, don't worry. When I chrome it out, I'm going to put a lot of stuff. I'm actually going to put a live T-Rex behind you. And
here, I'll do all blue screen now. Okay, there we go.
Oh, man.
Are
ninjas invisible? Only when they want to be.
Oh, selective invisibility. What would your superpower be?
Ooh, I would say, I think flying.
Flying is amazing. But
you've got
flying,
DDP
like
and all the
Superman
traffic,
flying, or like Spider-Man flying? Like you
no,
have your own.
Spidey's more of a swinger, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
You know what I mean.
This is. I have a question. I've never seen anyone send me a question. Would you be interested in acting in the Nollywood? What is the Nollywood?
I'm guessing that's North
Hollywood? That's just me. Okay. Oh, the eyebrow raise indicates you don't know either. Okay.
Oh, man. Good
Now
time.
I'm getting people. Yeah.
Good
Well,
times.
I don't know.
All right, people, bombard her inbox until.
Please don't.
Go for it.
I'm still trying to become adept with Instagram Live right now. It is exhausting. I'm like, there's comments and questions now. Oh, God, help. It's very dramatic.
You can do it. Hold on.
Really? Oh, apparently Nigeria, Nollywood. Interesting. Cool.
Ooh, cool.
It's like Hollywood. Yeah, that's
nice.
I learned so much on these.
Nice.
I'm assuming it's for you. I don't think I'm.
See, it's really kind of interesting because I've heard Nollywood in the past because they say Vancouver and Toronto is Hollywood North. Fuse it together, it's Nollywood. But I guess Nigeria and Hollywood together would also be Nollywood.
Oh, you have a movie producer here. This is so exciting.
Nice.
Are you going to get a role on my Instagram Live? I want 10%. I demand it.
Now, if she gets a role,
yeah.
I get 20%. Going once, going twice.
This is how we negotiate. It's all.
That's it. Going once, going twice. No counter. The end. That's it. Oh, man.
Settle on 15 for both. Done.
Yeah.
That's such a good question. I feel as though this should be a private discussion. Hollywood. That would be fun.
Okay, now we're getting crazy. So, Hollywood would be Toronto. Mollywood would be Mississauga.
Mollywood, the place where we have a lot of fun.
We have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
this for you, bro. Sure. Send me some information. I'll have a look at it. Okay. Send me some.
That's cool.
Some information. I'll have a look at it.
Okay, how many projects do you say yes to? Because I have a serious problem where I say yes to the majority of things, and then I wish I hadn't. But
yeah, no, you never say yes right off the bat. You got to see everything that's there. You got to see everything that's happening. I have a funny story about saying yes a little too early, so we could share that a little later on.
Oh, well, but now I want to know now.
It's the grand finale.
All right. Keep us in suspense. I'm in suspense. That's all I'm going to think about. Okay. Don't think about it. Ask a different question. So what'd you say yes to? Oh.
Robyn.
So what's your next? What are you working on now, other than like working out and like doing ridiculous ninja poses and entertaining me immensely on Instagram?
This is happening on Instagram Live. Robyn, would you? What? You've never seen this in a movie? One knee, box, open air?
You're so cut off that I have no idea. I saw like half an.
I'm so cut off? Is that what you said?
Your face. All I see is like chin up, and then I saw a little thing, and I'm like, is that a box?
Is that better?
Well, now I see. Yeah, that. I like that we figured that out halfway through. It's fun.
Yeah.
There you go. Hi, it's your face.
There we go.
I didn't know if you could adjust it.
And welcome back to Robyn's show. I'm here with the one and only a floating head. That's why we never wear green on green or blue on blue.
No, you know what? It looks a lot more blue than I wanted it to look. It is purple. I don't own a lot of clothes, and I'm just going to start wearing hoodies. I'm done. I worked through all my shirts. And now I only have like Harvard or Yale shirts, and I don't want to be pretentious, but I will be going forward because I didn't realize how blue this looks. Yeah, that is.
That's great. It's great. It looks good.
I don't think it does now, and I need to change.
No. Okay, intermission. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in, guys. This commercial.
Wait, what commercial?
What?
And now a word from our sponsor.
So
no, I'm wondering what commercial I would have playing. Who would I want to sponsor me?
You need a CHATS with Robyn T.
Oh, interesting. T. I should get one. Oh, I'm like, did you come up with that, Taz? And I see, no, Alexandra did. That was very clever.
I thought it. She wrote it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Trix.
Oh, yeah, it's sponsored by Trix, the cereal that is delicious that I started off with.
So I gotta go. Work finished, and I want to beat the 5 traffic. Stay safe, all. Thanks for tuning in. Check it out. You can also Google or type in Tazito Garcia on Amazon. It's going to pop up just in case you forget the name of the book.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Yes. My name's Jeff.
Honestly, though, how do you choose a title for a book? Because I think the title is so important because that's what gets people to want to be more interested in it.
Very true. Well, I want to know the yes story. There's a bunch.
I do too. I'm trying to be
them.
nice about it, and I don't know. I'm just trying to like control my interview, which is great. It's supposed to be a smooth chat, and this is very challenging.
Okay, I'm done. Questions? I'll give you answers. Go for it.
I don't even want to know. I don't want to know the story anymore. I don't care.
It doesn't matter which. Okay. All right. Okay.
You're like just building up suspense now. I have a lot of questions. Just sipping. Maybe I should sip something. I have a water. Hi. That was a Jewish reference. Well, Taz is making me feel very awkward right now, so I'm just going to ramble.
The yes story. Once upon a time.
You're really,
don't worry,
this
don't
is
worry.
actually the hardest live I've ever done. You're making this very hard for me, and I don't appreciate it.
All right. Okay, go for it. Let's run it your way.
I'm just making conversation. This is very resistant. I don't envy these talk show hosts. This is very hard. I'm not inviting you back, sir. Okay.
Okay, Gypsy. Go ahead. We're on show.
Okay. So a question.
Okay. All right. Go for it.
No, I don't know. It's just, now I want to know the story. But what if it's not that good? And then we have all this build up. Should we not even talk about it maybe? You are worse than me on Instagram Live with the faces. It's taken me so long to not stare at myself and be like, oh.
That's exactly what I'm doing to you. I'm just bringing
I know. I saw that. And I thought, you know what? There's an immaturity level that I respect.
Yeah. It's nice. So, all right. Go for it.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say the story.
Oh, you want a story? Okay.
Yeah.
Which one of them? Should we just talk about another story? Like, for example, the time the mic picked up a ghost, boys? Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's real, but I believe everything, so.
True story. Or about the guy that peed in a cup to make the rain go away.
This is getting really weird really quickly. I don't know if I'm going to save this one.
All right. I'll tell you these 2 stories first. We were shooting in Malaysia. It was a great movie. It's actually the 3rd poster over here. Super cool cast and crew. I was working with Brandon Routh, who is Superman from Superman Returns, Vincent Ward from The Walking Dead, Russell Wong from Romeo Must Die. Tons of talented people. We're shooting outdoors. It is super, super, super torrential rain just coming down. Driver shows up, says, "Come on, Taz, we're going to go." I said, "Have you looked outside the window? Because it's pouring." And they said, "Nope, not on top of the studio, it's not." And I could see the studio from the window. Anyways, fast forward, I get in the car anyways. It's literally halfway flooding. The water's about window level, and we're in a van. I say, okay, I'd love to see this happen because it's an exterior shot. We get to the studio, and maybe one or two puddles on the ground. And I was like, how is this happening? How is this possible? And my assistant's like, okay, you know what? I think it's this guy the director hired. And he does some voodoo magic or something along those lines. We heard he pees in a cup, and literally the rain clouds dissipate. They disappear. It does not rain because the director is in desperate. He desperately wants to finish the exterior shots and wrap on schedule. And my name is Jeff, right?
I love that. Hi.
Right?
That's how I would be in school. I respect that.
So literally, we end up fast forwarding all that. The day we wrap, I see the director, pay him money. He gets in a van, drives off, and literally the rain cloud goes back on top of the set and pours on everyone that's tearing down green screens and everything, equipment, lights. It was crazy. And I would have not believed it had I not been there. It was insane, insane. So I don't know what he does, what he says, he prays, but I did see something in a cup. But anyways, fast forward that. I wouldn't have believed it if I wasn't there. So that's a little story of some of the stuff and measures some directors will take. So pretty crazy.
Wow. I don't know how to, I've never heard of this. I really wouldn't have believed it, but I kind of believe everything you say. So
it was insane. It was insane.
What's his pay rate? Cause he saved the set. Like what does he make to do
for
this?
3 days, I think for 3 days, he got paid the equivalent of $120 or $150 Canadian for all three. That was all inclusive. That's it. Yeah. It's pretty,
he saved the shoot.
Yep.
He needs an agent.
That's what he does.
He needs an agent. So. I'm on it. Tell him to contact me.
He needs an agent. He needs royalties at this point. He needs everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, so a lot of crazy stuff exists out there. And sometimes if you don't witness it, one, you won't believe it. And it's just crazy. I mean, tons of stuff exists. And just because we don't believe it doesn't necessarily mean it's not true. So yeah, that was a little kind of story for you guys.
I hear things like that, and I never know what to believe. I feel as though I have to experience it firsthand. I still believe your story, but I feel as though it would have such a bigger impact if I was there.
Of course, if you're there. The best I could do is I actually put up an Instagram or Instagram TV clip on there, and it has me talking about the details and me actually including footage. So I actually have video from me in the van, and literally it has tons of rain and water. It's borderline flood. And we get there and literally it looked like maybe it rained the night before. You know, when you have these little puddles on the ground, but that's it. So it was insane to actually see that. It was crazy. It was. Yep.
Is that the craziest thing that's ever happened?
There's been a few other ones, So, I was on, I mean, how PG do you want this to be?
I mean, we might have passed the point already, so.
Okay, well, there's another time we were shooting.
Well, I don't know. That kid was in school, so I don't want to.
I know, right?
I see high school, university, what does that mean?
And I mean, if he's in school, I'm thinking if he's smart enough, he's not going to have the volume on. So we're just going to see us go.
Interesting. I mean, it's very compelling stuff. So
yeah, but it's pretty intense. There's we had one of the shoots that we were doing was we ended up finding out was shot on a prisoner of war campsite, and you could not Google MapQuest that site or location back when we filmed this. And literally, we had a scene. We wrapped everything. They were doing a final pickup shot with 2 female actors. And director was there, sound guy was there, and we were like, okay, let's just go. Let's just wrap it up and go home, right? We'll come back tomorrow. So they shot everything, and they went back to play it back. And literally all the dudes, besides the director and the audio, we were outside, completely different area. And they hit the playback button. The girls are talking about this dude that dies. He's a character that dies. And the mic picks up an audio wave that we see, and it says, he deserved it. And we're goosebumps. They're like, what the heck is going on? Right? It's crazy. We're like, oh my God. And everyone's trying to figure out, hold on, whose voice does this match? No one. Does not match anyone. And it was so clear. And where the audio was picked up was way closer to the girls than it was to say, oh, the director's trying to be funny or anything like that. The actual point of how it peaks and everything was exactly the same where the girls were. So it was intense. And then we went back and like, oh my God. So we start looking up this damn thing, this site. And finally we see it and it says Camp 30. Oh, it's this and this and that. Oh, there was an underground tunnel. All these people would try and escape through it. So they would go out on lunch and fill their pockets with sand and empty. And that's how they built that tunnel over time. And we tried to go around, find this tunnel. We couldn't. So that was pretty intense too. It is crazy. It is.
It is creepy. I agree. It's 100% creepy. Oh my God.
Yeah. So tons of crazy stories. Good ones though. I mean, once it's all said and done, it's good.
I mean, that's like, what is the weirdest story? I have no idea. But it's so interesting, the stuff that you do and that you're involved in. And I love when you promote yourself. I'm like, he's done that? I'm like, it's fascinating.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I feel like the way it is right now, you got to show a lot of what it is you're up to, or people think you're missing, or you're dead, or something happened to you.
I've been dead for a while on Instagram. That's fair. I'm
right. So that's
like,
I think
Robyn
is one of the biggest things, right? Especially now with the pandemic, people are like, are you working at home? Are you binging? Are you binging a TV show? What is it you're up to? Can I relate? Can we talk? Can we connect? Right? If you were busy before, how about now?
It's true.
Right? So
I am very intrigued by this Directioner by Birth 5. I'm always curious about the numbers. Was 1 to 4 taken? I don't know. That's what I'd like to know. Your name is very easy. Your Instagram name is just you and official. But didn't someone hack your Instagram or something? You had someone. What happened? Someone was making an account pretending to be you?
Directioner by 5. I mean, it sounds a lot better than 2. That would just be odd. See what I did there? It's not really odd. It's even, but it would just be odd.
That's a cat joke. That's great.
Yeah. All right. And that's it. That's the only one for today.
Oh, no, that's fair. I mean, you ignore my question, but I move on from there. It's fine.
Hold on. What question? Go for it.
Can you? Oh, I feel like our audio's okay. No, I was saying, did someone hack your Instagram or pretend to be you at one point, and you're like, this is not me? I was so intrigued by that.
Oh yeah. Perfect. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's been tons and tons of times and tons of little groups that pop up or fan pages that pop up, and I'm completely okay with it. I know some of the people that run it. Like there was 2 pages, I guess, owned or run by people that I met in Malaysia. Super sweet guys and girls, and they're really awesome. But some of the other ones started popping up, and it was really creepy because they started asking friends of mine, hey, you want to send me this shot for a submission? Hey, you want to send me money? Because I do a lot of charity. So they're like, hey, you want to send me $20 for charity?
Oh.
You want to send me this? I'm putting together da-da-da. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm working on getting this damn thing verified. I have almost every other thing verified, including my Facebook. But this, for some odd reason, it still hasn't come through. So that's why I said official, because everything else, if I said Tazito Garcia, there's Tazito Garcia, Tazito.Garcia, Tazito.Garcia01. There's a bunch of random stuff out there, and people would also start tagging these people. So they're like, we tagged you. How come you didn't see it? I was like, right? So that's why I was like official until there's I think the whole verification thing, really, that's the only advantage to it, is people actually say, hey, I guess they're verified. But I know tons of people that got verified for nothing. They just applied and they put some random stuff like fashion model at, I don't know, on the Titanic. And they got approved. It's freaking hilarious. So
I don't even know about getting this. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just random because you've got an application where you go and you can actually request your verification. You just
Oh,
provide a your photo ID. So
oh,
that's
that's
that.
fantastic.
I got to do a tape, so I got to run. Happy I tuned in though. See you
Good
later.
luck.
We'll be here. Good luck with your
Um,
tape. Kill it. Rock it.
full disclosure, this goes on for 4 hours. I don't plan on talking to you for 4 hours. It's a lot.
Nice. Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of
My goodness.
talking.
Well, you're in control, so go for it. Back to
That's
you.
true. What did I had a thought and then I forgot it. This is usually what happens in my brain. It's very healthy. I'm concerned. We ignore it. Oh yes, I did want to know, like, I'm very fascinated because I read your bio and then I see where did you know growing up your life would end up where you are right now? And I know it's kind of a deep question, but I feel like you are such an entrepreneur. And did you see this in yourself as a child? You did?
Yep. Yep. It's honestly very, very simple. Since I was a kid, I was always very focused. And I did certain things along the way to make certain parties happy, including my parents. It's kind of like, okay, well, don't play pro soccer, not pro tennis. What happens if you get hurt? Go to school. It's more important. You could do everything else on the side. So I did. And I graduated with a major in hospitality and tourism management, a minor in psychology, sales, and marketing. And I did the corporate world for a while. And actually, when I was in school, I was almost graduated by then. It was a Power Ranger audition that I got, and that right there and then kind of almost changed my life because I booked it. Fast forward a little bit, I went to get my work permit, and they said I wasn't black enough, so they rebooked somebody else. Story for later, but literally that's what I still had the script and everything. We were supposed to go down to New Zealand, film a bunch of promo videos for the toys that were going to make the figures and everything about it. And I can get really dark. So when I went to pick it up, I looked a lot similar to what I look like right now. And that was the last season where they were relatively racist. If you go back and you watch that season, you'll see Black Ranger was black, Asian was Yellow Ranger, pink was like the girly girl, red was the half native. It was insane. So fast forward that didn't work out, but I knew right there and then, I knew since I was a kid I wanted to be a performer, whether it was a performer on an athletic stage or whether a performer in a writing stage, whatever it is. And I always found it really intriguing and really challenging in a way to imitate cartoons that I saw, or imitate friends, or imitate neighbors or parents' friends that would come in. And obviously sometimes that would borderline rude. But to me, it was a challenge. You know, if Uncle so-and-so came in and they were like, play with their mustache, I'd be sitting right there and kind of picking up that little thing. Or if they're like, I'd do the same thing, right? Or Donald Duck, right? I'd be doing that. And there was like all this random stuff that I'd be doing and just kind of keeping these things sharp in my head because I knew at some point, I knew when I was old enough, I'd be able to kind of veer off on that tangent and go after it. And yeah, so I knew some way, somehow I was going to end up on the entertainment platform. Not sure exactly which realm. And then I was also doing martial arts. So when that happened, I realized through the Power Rangers audition as well, that's when I kind of left comedy and drama and they boxed me in this whole action thing. And I was like, okay, well, I guess if you're good at something, just keep going after it. And then based on that, you can kind of diversify afterwards, right? If you look at, say, The Rock or Vin Diesel or Leonardo DiCaprio or whatever, or Jim Carrey even, they're very almost typecast, or they have that kind of, the first maybe 8 movies, it's almost the same thing, different settings, different names and characters, but then fast forward from there, they can start diversifying, right? And hey, we're going into some more family movies, or Jim Carrey, for example, hey, I'm going to do something darker instead of just being funny. And you also get to see their acting chops, and you actually get to really appreciate how these guys are amazing performers. But it's just sometimes you keep getting cast for the same thing over and over and over and over again, right? So I was like, okay, well, to get started, I don't mind being established as something. And if people see me for whatever it is, whether it's my I guess my posture, my physique, it's just, okay, you're this guy, you're the jock, you're the football guy, you're the army guy, you're the soldier, you're the police detective. I was like, I guess so, right?
Okay.
I had an audition right before quarantine. I think it was actually right before they opened up in March. And they literally said, we want to book you, Taz, but you need a dad bod. That's exactly what they said. I was like, what the frick do you mean? What's a dad bod? I mean, whoever's watching.
You know what a dad bod is.
No, you know why? Because 10 years ago, a dad bod might have meant beer belly. Now you've got tons of moms and tons of dads that are looking younger every day. They're being fit. They're committing to a certain workout routine they have. They're eating clean. They're aware of what's going on in their body.
The Tom Brady dad. I mean, come on. The majority of dads, like.
Come on. No. But that's exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what I asked. I was like, okay, so what do you guys want? Like, loose definition. So literally, I started eating pizza in McDonald's at 2 a.m. every day. And it was kind of enjoyable in a way, relatively different than what I typically do. But hey, I feel like eating something at 2. What's open at this time? Drive through. Right. That was it.
You're just
I shot the gig, went back, and I just got, lost everything I kind of put on for that.
What gig was this?
It was a commercial.
Oh, wow. Did it pay well enough to justify the body changes?
I didn't mind. Honestly, I didn't mind at all. It wasn't anything drastic. All I had to do was just kind of modify certain workout routines I was doing, and instead of bulking, I was kind of shredding, not lifting as heavy, for example. And
so instead, it's not like transformation, like Bridget Jones'
not full
Diary. Or
transformation. No, they're just like, okay, you need to add a little here, lose a little here, and that's it. I was like, okay, sure, we could do that. Yeah, that was pretty easy.
That is I don't know if I'd want to. I hear of all these celebrities that do those, they're fairly large transfers. Someone loses a significant amount of weight or gains a lot of weight. And I understand It's a role, and sometimes you want to just do it for the role, but the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what are you doing to your body? Oh God. But to each their own.
I think honestly, if you have a look at all the different requirements for a role, sometimes it's borderline crazy if you're a normal person looking at it from the outside in. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to play some crazy wife that's going to stab someone, or sometimes you got to lose a crazy amount of weight, or sometimes you got to isolate yourself. You know what I mean? So honestly,
that role made me laugh. Yeah,
because it was great though. It was great.
Legitimately, this was the description for the role. Taz and I did a short film together. People don't know, but the role was, it was like, she looks like she could lose some weight or something like that. That was the description. And then when Clint contacted me, I'm like, oh God, that's the vibe I give off.
Amazing.
I guess I'll start eating better and get in shape. But it was very, I'm glad that he thought of me. Lovely guy. But I'm like, oh, I didn't know I looked like I could lose a few. It was so funny.
That's hilarious. And I mean, it's subjective. It doesn't necessarily have to be.
You know what? I was a little chunkier. I accept that. But it just made me laugh. Like, oh, I didn't know that's how people view me. Interesting. Okay. It was funny.
That's funny. I never do that because I didn't get the same breakdown you did. So.
Oh, no. Different roles. That makes sense. So, yeah.
Right?
Pretty sure it was a person who looks like he would cheat on his wife. I'm like,
oh, man.
Yeah, okay,
probably. Yeah, good times though. We got to do it again. We got to shoot something together again, I think.
We should. I agree.
Yeah.
Do it 100%. Now. I'm next door.
Nice.
I couldn't even keep it going. No, I'm not. Okay. But no, I love that. I love when I know people that have that drive and that passion, and you're just, oh, you got a shout out from Dream Chaser 13. Again, 1 to 12 was taken. I like it. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that you're so committed and focused and so inspiring. And I appreciate that. It's just being willing to put yourself out there. And I admire that. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I was having a conversation with a friend last night, and I was telling her how, you're going to have tons of people that are going to say tons of negative stuff, and you got to be open to that because it's part of the industry. You could do 100 great things and you're still going to have at least 5 people saying otherwise. And it's just the way it is. We are on a platform that is public, and people are going to have their opinion. Oh, he's too short. Oh, he's too tall. Oh, it looks fake. Oh, I don't know. What's up with his haircut? I love his haircut. I love him in this role. I hated him in this role, actually. So I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, you do you, put in the work, keep doing your thing. And it's good because I feel like if you have haters, you have the attention of those people anyways. If you have haters, that mean it just means you're doing something right. And whatever their motivation is, whether they always wanted to do that and you're kind of living their life or their dream or their visions that they had, they just never ended up there. Just keep doing you. That's it. You know, it's just, you deflect these things. Articles are written all the time. Apparently I was seeing this girl. It just came out.
Oh, we all know about that.
No, it's just hilarious, right? It just literally came out, I think, 2 weeks ago. And it said, oh,
I want to know.
Hunky foreigner seen with star XYZ. And we actually filmed the movie together, the one with the pee in the cup one. And so it was back in 2015. And literally this whole article popped up 2 weeks ago. And they said, oh, so-and-so hasn't been working for her. But look, these pictures surfaced online. Hunky foreigner. We found out he's an actor, director. It looks like they hit it off, and look, they're laughing together and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, dude, 1, we haven't seen each other in a couple of years. 2, it's pandemic. I didn't go anywhere. She did not go anywhere. And that helicopter picture you're talking about, I was like, dude, she's in military clothes. I'm in like some random clothes. I was like, what part of romantic is that to you? Right? It was her birthday and it just happened to pop up, and, you know, it selects a bunch of random pictures and it says, hey, do you want to select these and say happy? I was like, sure. Happy birthday. Da-da-da. Hope.
Oh, yeah. Facebook is giving me the weirdest photos. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll send this. I don't know. And then I just send it as a joke because I'm like, hello, person I haven't seen in 8 years. This is the photo that proves we were friends.
Yeah, it's so random, but kind of scary in a way too. The fact that they also know that that person, that's what they look like, et cetera, et cetera. It's kind of, yeah. Years ago, that would have been only CIA, FBI stuff. But now you could literally reverse search, image search stuff online. It's kind of scary. What is private anymore? I think just an
yeah, that's a, right. Don't like to think about that. Don't like to think about it.
Yeah, it's insane. It's crazy. So, yes. What else?
Well, so here's a question. You're a very physical actor, right? You have all that training. What's the worst injury you've ever gotten?
Knock on wood, I haven't really had too many injuries. I just made a point. I mean, I've had lower back hurt a few times, knee hurt a few times, and just smoked in the face a couple times by accident, but nothing really, really serious. No extreme breaks or fractures or anything like that. Yeah.
See, and that means you're training correctly, and I respect that. There's a lot. I've never used the word respect more than in this IG live. I'm like, I never say I respect that. Maybe I do. I don't know. I'm gonna tune into. Well, it's weird because I don't know. I sometimes watch these back and I'm like, I've never talked like that. What am I saying? But it is very hard, and that's what I admire someone who's a physical actor who doesn't get injured, because it's very easy to do those moves. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love some more physio patients, but it's good when people know this is how far I can push myself. This is how I have to train, so I won't be sore the next day, especially if it's a long shoot, right? Or it's multiple days. So it just says a lot about how you're training. And like, how did you figure out how you want to train? Do you follow certain people? Do you figure it out on your own?
No, well, I have a background in the pro athletic world, so all that stuff was just very normal to us. And based on the character I'm going to be playing, then I also accommodate my eating routine. So I mesh them both together. And it's kind of just like that dad scenario where they're like, you got to be more this, less of that. I was like, okay, so I got to adjust my levels. Literally like this food DJ that says, okay, less of this, more of that. Okay, cool. All right. You need to be more shredded.
It's a lot of commitment. It's very
100%.
It's very challenging.
100%.
Yeah, and
Sometimes
you're
it's
just saying,
really,
yeah, so simply I just mix up A and B, whatever, and then
yeah,
I'll go. But I'm just
yeah.
like, oh
And
God.
really, that's where the dedication to your art and your craft really shines. And I think also everything else in life, in a sense, where, okay, I'm dedicated to lose this amount or look like this or be there. You're going to be motivated right off the bat. Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah. Let's
Mhm.
go. 1 week later, by the end of that week, day 8, you're kind of like, tomorrow, do I have to? 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes. And I
Yeah.
always say that's where dedication shines. Motivation
Hmm.
will leave you eventually. Dedication is when you that's what stays when your motivation leaves. And that's when you're doing stuff you don't necessarily want to always be doing, but you know it has to be done,
Yeah.
you know?
But that's the difference between, it's not even, it's so funny because yes, it is one thing to be a good actor, but also to realize that you need your body to function, right? So putting in
Exactly.
that commitment to take care of your body, and it just, I think, pays in the long run. Again,
Yeah.
easier said than done. Don't do what I say. I had tricks yesterday. It was delicious. It
It's
was the
okay. It's
Super Bowl.
okay. It's okay. It's
But
totally fine
you
to
know
have
what it
it.
is? It's like with when I see Tom Brady, and again, everyone has mixed thoughts, but when I see this guy and he changes teams and he takes them and they win this,
And they
and
win.
he invests in himself, and if
Yep.
that is not a sign to, you have to believe in yourself enough, but also invest in yourself and put that time in, and that is so. It's just so incredible to see people commit to that. I
A hundred
like it.
percent.
Huge
100%.
admiration. Yeah.
100%. That's why these two are huge idols of mine. These two over here. He's over
You're
60.
pointing, but I can't see where you're
So
pointing to.
so this guy, that's Jackie Chan. And this guy is Stallone.
I
So
literally,
Jackie, you
okay.
can't see it
So
on
he's
your
pointing
side?
to Jackie. No, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So anyways, I don't know what you can see, what I can see. I don't know. Is
He's
it
pointing
really
to
fuzzy,
Jackie
blurry on
Chan.
your side? Is it
No,
really
I
blurry?
mean, you didn't really move the camera. I don't think it's a wide enough shot.
Okay.
So we have to like go on
There
a
you go.
journey,
I don't know. Do you
maybe
see
go
it now?
up a bit. It's fine. Not really,
Yeah?
but I
No?
enjoy
Okay, I
directing
give
it. If you
up.
could just move the shot and then,
If you could just move the shot a
I see
little.
still little Sylvester there.
So Stallone and Jackie. Anywho, so the reason why these guys are huge in a sense of their status, where they are, and they're still icons. Honestly, when I got a chance to work with both of them, it's one of those things where you work with 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 18-year-olds, and sometimes they're like, oh my God, I'm getting so old. Oh, my body. Oh my God, I wish I started when I was younger. Blah, blah, blah. Oh man, Jackie is 60 plus. Okay. Stallone, this picture, he was 71. Okay. And he went off to make another Rambo, Last Blood, after that. And he went on to do Creed 2 after that. And forget the makeup, forget everything. These guys put in the work. It's insane. And when people are like, oh, how was it working with Jackie? How was it working with John Cena? How was it working with Stallone? I was like, it's crazy. You know why? Because if you look at these people and you say, oh, they're going to slow down because they're old. Oh, everyone knows how big they are. Everyone knows them. So they're going to take it easy. No, these guys don't take it easy. They keep
Mhm.
working like it's freaking day one. And that's why people still respect them and still
Yeah.
admire them, you know, and that's ultimately what it is. Jackie's still throwing his body left, right, and center, right? Does he have a double? Yes. And funny story about that. But he is still doing at least 75% of his stunts at 65, right? And he doesn't even need a megaphone or anything. You could hear him from anywhere on the set. How he talks, he projects his voice, super powerful, right? Huge inspiration. Stallone, same thing, right? He's 73 right now, right? And
Oh, shit.
exactly the same thing. These people don't need megaphones, powerful personalities, powerful minds, dedication. They also come from that history of not having anything and
Mhm.
then working really hard to make it happen. So they never forget where they came from. You know what I mean? They never ever forget where they came from. They really keep pushing. They really keep pushing because they know there was a time when I was really hungry for this opportunity. I really wanted that break and I never got it. And I had to create my own, pave my own, or carve my own path.
Mhm.
And that's why they became huge inspirations because Jackie Chan was just typecast as this Hong Kong cop all the time. He's like, screw that. I'm going to go back, shoot a bunch of movies. And he came back a superstar. Stallone, same thing. Sell your dog, sell this, da 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 da. We're gonna buy your script off of you. He's like, no, I have a vision, I have a belief, I'm gonna keep going. How many nominations later? How many years later? We still love the track. It will still get us fired up. We still watch the movie. We still watch the movies, right? They're still recognized all around the world. And that's ultimately, I think, the biggest motivation for anyone that's getting in is to understand, get in and work as hard as you did day one. It doesn't matter if people know you now. Just keep up that hustle, that grind, because someone else who's going to be hungrier with a better work ethic is going to zoom right past you. You know, and these people, when you're with them, you can't use age as an excuse. Oh, you know, I'm too sore, I can't jump. Oh my God. But 65-year-old grandpa and 73-year-old grandpa can do it. What are you talking about, right? What's your excuse, Mr. 23-year-old, right? It's insane. And you see them. You see, like, I'll give you an example. We're on set. We're shooting in a desert setting. We're actually in Mongolia. And Jackie literally can lift a finger and he'll have 50 assistants surrounding him. Yes, big brother, what do you need? Do you need something? Can I get you something? Do you just all around presidential level, right?
Yeah.
And he will be the first one to get up. Say we're shooting in a desert. He has a cooler filled with ice and a bunch of pop cans in there, right? He got up when the ice melted. Instead of pouring it out in the sand, he poured it out in another dispenser, which is for our hands, to wash our hands before we eat or have a snack. And he did that. He got up, grabbed the thing, flipped it over, emptied the whole thing in the dispenser so we could use it there, right? He's going around like everyone's grandpa saying, hey, listen, is this your cup? How come you didn't throw it? Or take the cup, write a name on the back or an initial on it, and just put it back in the drawer so you're not using 500 cups. Just because you're on set does not mean, and that's the mentality that just because I have money, just because I have fame, it doesn't mean waste stuff. You know what I mean? And these are all incredible lessons that you see these mentors do at their age, at their status. He can go anywhere and he gets stuff done for him, given to him for free, right? Another one. So with Jackie, it was breakfast. One of the days on set, I had my breakfast, my trailer, everything's good, eggs, bacon, the whole whatever. Regular breakfast, we'll say. And he arrives on set and he wants his noodles made a certain way with beef. It's very Cantonese style breakfast, right? He adds a little bit of hot sauce. He tries that hot oil. He adds some more, keeps going. The damn soup base looks like lava now. It's orange and red. He tries and he's like, oh, so hot, right? Fast forward a little, and what ends up happening is now he's standing up and he's asking everyone who is going to eat that because he's not going to dump it out, right? So he gets up and he asks the person that prepped it in the kitchen, hey, you want it? And she's like, no, out of respect, they call him Big Brother. So she's like, no, Big Brother, I can't touch your soup. This is like, whoa, no, like, who am I to eat your soup, right? Next person, he's like, no. Next time, no. He looked at me, you want it? I was like, no, I'm good. I just had eggs and all that, and I think there's a fight scene coming up, so I don't want this lava in my stomach, just in case I get kicked today, right? I don't know. So not a good idea. Anyways, he keeps going around, and finally, John Cena's double. Spencer, he walks onto the set. He just finishes breakfast, and Jackie's not going to get started without eating the soup or somebody eating the soup and him having a replacement breakfast. So Spencer shows up. I was like, yo, Spence, Jackie's bowl of lava over there. One of us has to do it. Okay, rock, paper, scissors. Loser gets the damn bowl of lava. He's like, dude, I'm down. I was like, okay, cool. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors. I do this. He does that. I'm like,
so how'd it taste?
Jackie, I'll have the soup. He looks at me. He's like, are you sure it's spicy? I'm like, mm-hmm. He's like, okay. Gives me the soup. I put it down. Jackie stands like this, right next to me, like a dad to a kid, right? Literally, he's looking at me. And I go for the first one, noodles, no beef, nothing, just out of this damn lava. And I put it in my mouth. I felt my tears running down the sides, my nose running, my ears, I don't know if it was fuming or bleeding.
Oh,
I started to sweat. It was incredible, right? Meanwhile, morons on the side, my friends, are like, oh my God, bro, you're so lucky. You're eating Jackie Chan's noodles. Ah, we'd help you, but this is like, oh, I was like, you'd help me, really? Why don't you ask? No, 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 bro. No, 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 no. I was like, haha. Jackie looks at me, huh? Spicy? I was like, yeah. And I answer him in Cantonese. I was like, nope, not spicy. And he's like, okay, good. He goes, he orders another bowl of noodles to be made. And he sits right next to me, like he's about here, right? So we're sitting on one of those kind of picnic like tables, and he's sitting right next to me. And I figured this way, hold up the noodle for a while so all that oil goes back in the bowl, and I would just eat it, right? And then Jackie goes up and he puts some preserved eggplant in this plastic foam cup, and he brings it over to me, and he's like, this is good. Put the fire out. I was like, oh God. Oh God. Oh man. So I'm eating. Meanwhile, Jackie, he looks at me, he's like, not so spicy. I was like, you made it spicy. I didn't make it spicy. Anyways, so I'm done. And he's like, okay, good. Right? I was hoping he would not say, okay, good, now drink lava. Right? I was like, that would be like, right? Anyways, he's like, finished, right? He took the same cup with the preserved eggplant in it, and he took it and he used it. He was not going to toss it out. He will not waste food, right? Wow. So it was just insane. You know, it's going to rain. First guy on top of the table pulling a tarp on one side, he'd be like, hey, you pull the other side. Hey, you pull the other side, tie it. Okay, other side. Hey, big guy, tie it. Right? That's the kind of person he is. Right? And
I mean, he tried to poison you, but basically, no.
I think he really tried to get me fired up. Is a better word. Just fired up. You were
fired up for that shoot.
Oh,
I love it.
God. Oh my God. I'll never forget. Oh, this good. Put the fire out. Just like, oh God, I don't want to even go home at this point. I don't want to even guess where that fire is coming out of. Oh man. Luckily.
Well, thank you for that visual.
Luckily.
I mean, you did get to eat with Jackie Chan. That's pretty cool.
Oh man. Yeah. Good times.
It's memorable food for the ages. That's.
Oh yeah. Lots of fun. So yeah, I mean, it's the stories. Like I said, there's tons of. Sometimes it could be hardship, but it makes great stories at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Okay, if you had to give me one final story before we wrap up, what would that story be? No pressure. It has to be the best story.
A bad story?
No, it has to be the best. The best story.
Okay, well, here you go.
Drum roll.
Good or bad?
Oh, whatever you think is best.
Okay.
I don't.
Here's a yes story. She's gonna watch it later on.
Oh yeah, that was it. Okay, yeah.
So I wrapped the Jackie Chan movie. I got to obviously speak to a lot of the cast and the crew, and one of the producers there, him and I kind of hit it off. And that was early 2019 when we wrapped. And then March, I got an email from him. Hey, Tazito, how's it going? I'm producer so-and-so. We work together on the set. Listen, there's a part for you for Karate Kid 2 versus Jaden Smith, and I think you'd be great for it. Can you shave your head? I was like, sure, not a problem. Okay, are you familiar with this person? So for safety reasons, I'm not going to drop names, but he's like, have you ever heard of this person? I was like, nope. He's like, do you know the company she works for? I was like, absolutely. Who doesn't? It's bigger than Amazon and way richer than Amazon. He's like, okay, so I want you to familiarize yourself with this lady because she is going to be there at the audition and she's a huge fan of yours. I was like, okay, cool.
Whoa.
I'm humbled. I'm honored. Wow. Awesome stuff. Where's this audition happening? He called me from New York at the time. So I figured maybe New York, maybe LA, regular stuff. He's like, can you fly out? I was like, sure, not a problem. Yes. And he's like, no, it's in Indonesia. I said, what the heck? Indonesia? Okay. And he said, all right, so just book your ticket. Let me know itinerary. We're going to invoice us. We're going to pay all the stuff back and we'll see you when you get there. There's going to be a driver with a sign, the whole 9 yards. I was like, okay, nothing out of the ordinary. That's fine. Asia functions a little different than the Americas. Okay, not a problem. So I booked the flight. I get on a plane, fly over, and when I land, the phone rings. He's like, hey, how's your flight? Driver picks me up with a sign, everything as planned, right? He's on the phone. He's like, hey, how's it going? Why don't you come to the studio? I was like, okay, we're stuck in 3 hours. He's like, everyone's so tired. Let's just do it tomorrow. Good chance for you to kind of wind down anyways. Perfect. I get to the hotel. He gets on the phone again. He's like, listen, she's on the phone and she would like to talk to you, right? She gets on the phone. She's like, oh, hey, Tazito, how are you? Oh, I'm a huge fan of yours. So here's a plan, da-da-da-da-da. This multi-billionaire in China. Not going to drop the name. But again, if you can kind of piece it together, it's the equivalent of Amazon 10 times bigger. That person is looking at creating their own production house. And in Asia, what they do is very common. They have their in-house talent. So they have in-house producer, cast, crew. And anytime they want to shoot anything, they're just, okay, let's make an episode or let's make a series. Let's go. It's in-house talent, right? Cool. So it's very efficient. That's why they can pump out so much content instead of let's cast and let's do this and let's do that, right? So I was like, okay, that's great. So she said, yeah, and he's planning on having you on this roster. And, you know, I saw your work. Everything's great. Let me see if I can fire a helicopter to come and see you in Indonesia. Okay, cool. Can I call you back? Sure. She gets on the phone again, but this time she's by herself. The conversation, hey, Tazito, how are you? Oh, yeah. Oh, poor you. Okay, you know what? Let me see if tomorrow I can pick you up with a helicopter, drop you right off of the studio. Oh, by the way, let me call you back. Okay. And then she says this, where's my kiss? So I froze for a second, and I thought, kiss. Kiss. Kick it. Keep it simple, stupid. What could KISS stand for at this point, right? I just gave up. And I said, did you say kiss? And she said, yeah, where's my kiss? And she's all giggity about it. I was like, you mean a kiss like, mwah? She's like, okay, dear. I was like, oh, what did I get myself into? No. She calls 50 seconds later. Oh, hey, Tazito. Okay, yeah, we're going to meet for dinner. I'm taking my helicopter, flying it down, have dinner. What do you think is 10,000 US dollars okay? So 10,000 US dollars, just for you to know, if you're working in Asia, that's kind of the going rate. Usually if you're a foreigner going there, if it's your first gig, you'll make 10K US dollars off of the gig. Okay, that's starting kind of price. And so I was like, really? So I said that, I was like, really? 10,000 US? She's like, oh, is that too little? How about 15,000? So at this point, I wasn't sure if she's talking about the movie. I didn't want to go there, but she was actually talking about that, right? She's like, or 15,000 US dollars, ... for you to spend the night with me in my penthouse. And tomorrow we'll take my plane so you don't have to worry about the traffic. And then I'm going to drop you off at the studio for the audition. And I was like, oh my goodness. I earned my Me Too. What do I do?
It's so interesting. I mean, that's the thing. I'm like, thank you for speaking out. This is a safe space.
I don't care. Like I said, if you ask me this, I don't care about safe spaces. I'll just talk about it. And I actually have an Instagram story about it as well, talking about.
Well, how do you get out of that situation?
So here's the thing. I didn't want to be a douche because I didn't want to kind of shoot it down immediately, even for her person, or her I don't know, I guess her rapport or her ego, or just her overall. I just didn't want to squish it and say no. So I was like, you know what? Yeah. We're here. Let's all have the dinner. That was originally planned with the producer, because originally I'm here to meet this dude, not you. So let's have the dinner. We'll talk. We'll see how the night goes. That was it. That was it. For 5 days, I did not see anyone after that conversation. And I got a call from the producer later on at night, and he's like, oh, she was really disappointed. She said you were under the impression that this happened, this happened, this happened. This is what she meant. I was like, dude, okay, stop. I'm not stupid. Is she in a penthouse suite? He's like, yeah, how did you know? I was like, exactly. So the conversation I'm telling you that happened with her is not full of baloney, right? It actually happened. She said, this amount of money, her penthouse, her helicopter, period. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, she didn't tell me this version of the story. I was like, dude, I have nothing to hide. I didn't fly 12,000 miles to make up some random story, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry about this. Da, da, da. Anyways, you're here to see me. You're here. This is this. I didn't see him. I didn't see her. That was it. The whole damn thing was a write-off. I flew back here, and that was that. And I changed my room, changed my alias, changed everything right away for safety. Fast forward, I land here. Jackie Chan comes up with a huge statement, Chinese and English, and he says, Karate Kid 2 is not even a thing. There's a huge scam that's going around. The producer's account has been hacked. His WeChat's been hacked. His WhatsApp's been hacked. His email's been compromised. So if you're getting anything regarding Rush Hour 4, Karate Kid 2, please do not respond to it. It's fake, right? Even though there have been talks about Rush Hour 4, right? So he's like, anything at this point, this is the. Now it gets even crazier when I come here and I get some of the people I know in Hong Kong to do some research. And what ends up happening is she was actually oblivious of the whole situation. You had these people that basically tried to impress someone by casting it and preparing the whole package, let's just say. And then I'll come up to you and say, hey, Robyn, can I get $10 million to shoot a movie? And you'll say, 10? No, that's crazy. No, why? Now, I'll put this little blackmail work on you. And if you ended up sleeping with this person, I'll approach you again and say, hey, Robyn, you gonna give me 10 mil? No, you're crazy. Go suck a nut, right? And then what ends up happening is I say, by the way, you know that talent that flew all this way to come and see us that you ended up with? It's going to come out. It's going to be all over the news before you wake up tomorrow. And she'll say, oh, no. Here's 10 mil. 10 mil. Just shut up and leave me. But I foiled their plan. I destroyed that plan. So that's what happened. Now, back again to saying yeses and everything. Just be careful of the yeses. Because you were saying lots of times you say yeses. And ultimately, here's the thing. As long as you can do it within a safe world and within safe precautionary measures, you'll be fine. Yeah. Because I've learned something, especially in this industry, life as well, is you're better off trying and failing or trying and falling or doing and falling than and realizing it turned out to be a dud or just a complete, not exactly what you expected, versus you not living in peace by saying, oh man, you're living in regret. Oh, I wish, I wonder, what if it was my break? What if it, you know what I mean? So money can come and go. That's fine. And I can live with knowing, with the story and sharing it and telling people, listen, be careful, stuff like that happens all the time. Epstein was one out of thousands and thousands of people out there that, whatever, they exist, right? These transactions happen all the time. But ultimately, you don't want to live with regret, right? So now you know, lesson learned. Sometimes you got to pay a price. The prices vary in lessons, but you don't want to go back and say, oh man, I wish, oh, what if? And the worst nightmare would be if you see somebody else get cast for that part that you in your head already played the scenario, right? So that's why. Just go for it. It works. Cool. Take somebody with you.
Take a buddy. That's
exactly.
When in doubt.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, be safe about it, but ultimately don't just knock down, because sometimes they come completely unorthodox. Really unorthodox, especially when you're doing stuff overseas, what we're used to here, and the unions, and this is protecting me, and the contract, all the stuff does not exist, right?
Yeah.
It does not exist. So get ready for it if you go out and you decide to start working outside, which is something I truly endorse, tons of people, because I keep telling them, listen, there's work. When people say, oh, there's no work. No, there is. You're just looking in Ontario or looking in Toronto or looking in Canada. Leave Canada. You're going to get booked because now you're the different person, or you are the look they're looking after, or you may not be a standout, hot, whatever dude or dudette, or your skills might not be extremely outstanding here, but you go somewhere else, like, oh my God, where have you been all our life, right? So that's ultimately what it is. And so many times they go there, and in today's world, they say clout. You go out there and you use your clout, or you get your star to shine, and then you come back and people will actually be after you, right? Jackie Chan did that. Even Larnell Stovall, who's now he's directing a bunch of the scenes for Titans on DC, right? So he was one of our speakers at the Movie Expo from last year, which is an event we host annually. You guys should come out. You should come out. Tons of crazy stuff, pitches, opportunities, money, cash, get your movies made. We are hosting it March 20 and 21st virtually. So no excuse for you not to be there. Now, back to that. He was on a panel last year, and he was talking about how when he started in the stunt community, he wasn't really getting lots of work because we already understand there's a circle of trust that's established over years, and people stick within the circle for a very long time. And for that opening to happen takes a while. So what happened with him is he actually worked in Bollywood, created a bunch of crazy movies. People from Hollywood saw it. They liked the action. They said, who the heck did that? The next thing you know, Hollywood brought him back, and he did the choreography for Superman versus Batman, for example, right? Fast and Furious. He helped with all these things. Next thing you know, he's working on Titans. Next thing you know, he went from stunt coordinator. Second unit, he's directing the episodes now. So that's what I'm saying. You just got to go after it. Don't wait for it to kind of drop on you. That's it.
I always feel inspired after chatting with you. I love it. So I'm going to go make some stuff and
do it.
Keep the momentum
if you need,
going.
If you need someone to be in your stuff, you let me know.
I appreciate that. But thank you so much for doing this, Taz. I love your stories. I love how accomplished you are and how you do you. I don't know. I never know how to end these. But thank you so much for telling us all this stuff. I never know who watches it, but I enjoy the stories that every actor comes on with. And yes, if there's any other things you want to plug, I think there was your book, and then you have the scripts coming out, so we don't know what they are yet.
Right. So the scripts, I'm going to save it for you guys, because right now they're kind of hush-hush. We had self-tapes and castings go out since last March. The book, don't forget, it's called How to Make It from a No to Whoa Budget. It's available on all the different Amazon. So Germany, Japan, Italy, US, Canada. Just make sure you order from the closest or the most, I guess, the one that makes sense to wherever you are when ordering the book. And also, don't forget Movie Expo. It is happening. It's an annual event where we strive to bridge the gap between talent and opportunities. And we also shine a light on all the stars behind the scenes. So editors, makeup, hair, trainers, casting, writers, composers. All these people need a huge thank you, and this is a huge platform for them. Last year, we had tons of the stars from behind the scenes, say Hans Zimmer's co-composer, right? We had so many people that were fantastic and sharing it and paying it forward to people that are looking to break into the industry or continue their next steps in the industry. So any level you're in or at this point, there's something for you. It's 2 days, the 20th and 21st. You can check it out, movie.expo.com, or here at movie.expo. We also have the screenwriting contest. So if this is your first time writing a script, there's cash prizes for you. We have something for short films. We have something for feature films. And the top judges that are from Lionsgate, Cinetel, and then if you are more seasoned, you could forget the screenwriting contest and put a pitch deck together, and you get to virtually pitch to 3 different executives, directors, producers, or acquisition specialists that work directly with Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, Roku, all these guys. And last year we had 1.7 million in option scripts. So this year we're looking at doubling it. And this is a chance that I wish I would have had when I was starting off. And therefore, this is something my partner and I put together. She's great. She's done tons of major events in Toronto. We put our brains and hearts and souls into this, and we want to kind of create this platform. Also great for you to network as well. Okay, because this is something that is huge in this industry. It's not about what you know, it's who you know, right? So you can never know enough people in the industry. And check it out, movie.expo.
I'll do the tag thing at the end too.
On here. Yeah. You guys, I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun. Let's do it again. And let's work on something together.
Okay.
It's way overdue. Way overdue. Maybe without stabbing. Maybe something comic.
Yeah, maybe you kill me. I don't know. We'll do it. We'll figure it out.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
But enjoy the rest of your day, and
You too. Alrighty. Thanks for having me here. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Sounds good. Bye.